Hi there. New Testament prophets. The ministry of the prophet continued in the New Testament, and Jesus himself was called a prophet. Luke chapter 12, verses 32 to 33, and he said to them, Go tell that fox, behold, I cast out demons and perform cures today and tomorrow, and the third day I should be perfected. Nevertheless, I must journey today, tomorrow, and the day following, for it cannot be that a prophet should perish outside of Jerusalem. Luke chapter 24, verses 18 to 20. Then the one whose name was Cleopas answered and said to him, Are you the only stranger in Jerusalem? And have you not known the things which happened there in these days? And he said to them, What things? So they said to him, The things concerning Jesus of Nazareth, who was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death and crucified him. The Samaritan woman at the well affirmed that Jesus was a prophet. The woman said to him, Sir, I perceive that you are a prophet. John chapter 4, verse 19. Women were also identified in the New Testament as either being prophetesses or those who prophesied. Anna, an old Israelite woman, was a prophetess, and she prophesied the coming of Jesus at the temple of Jerusalem. Luke chapter 2, verses 36 to 38. Now there was one Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel of the tribe of Asher. She was of a great age and had lived with her husband 7 years from her virginity. And this woman was a widow of about 84 years, who did not depart from the temple, but served God with fastings and prayers night and day. And coming in that instant, she gave thanks to the Lord and spoke of him to all those who looked for redemption in Jerusalem. The daughters of Philip prophesied in Acts chapter 21, verse 8 to 9. On the next day, we who were Paul's companions departed and came to Caesarea, and entered the house of Philip the evangelist, who was one of the 7, and stayed with him. Now this man had 4 virgin daughters who prophesied. Joel chapter 2, verses 28 to 29. And it shall come to pass afterward that I'll pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions. And also on my men servants and on my maid servants I'll pour out my spirit in those days. Little is described about the role of the New Testament prophet. The same can also be said of the other officers in the body of Christ. It is therefore not a stretch to conclude that the role of the prophet is essentially unchanged from its main function and duty in the Old Testament. The major roles of the prophet is in the correction of the nations and the proclamation of moral truths, declaring righteousness and justice, which are connected to the character of God and the foundations of his government. Be blessed.